Hi everyone, my name's Travis with Life Under Grace, and today I'm going to show you another one of my t-shirts. This one is called Jonah and the Whale Shark. Jonah is an interesting story in the Bible. It's an old story. Actually occurs 800 years before Christ. The story starts with Jonah having been called by God. He's a prophet. God says, "Hey, I need you to go minister to the Ninevites." The Ninevites was the capital city. Nineveh was the capital city of Assyria, which was considered a hostile nation towards Israel. Jonah says, "I don't think I like what I'm hearing," and actually declines the command of God. And he says, "You know what? I'm going to go my own direction." And he goes. He actually gets on ship and he's going to another place across the sea. And what happens? The torrent hits, the waves, the wind, and all of the sailors, all of the seamen on the boat are afraid for their lives. And they're talking amongst one another, "Hey, what could have caused this? Please, plead to each to your own gods to appease him and to see if he will save us." They talked to Jonah and they said, "Hey, why are you so calm during this?" And he says, "You know what? It's my fault, guys. I know exactly what's going on. It's because I'm running away from God." And they said, What do we need to do? Tell us." And he says, "Gather me up and toss me overboard, and you'll save yourself and you'll save your ship." He said, "Oh, no, 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 no. We can't do that. We won't be responsible for any man's death." And so they said, "You know what? Let's unload the cargo." And so they start tossing cargo over the ship, and they're doing all they can, and the winds and the waves get worse. And then they said, "Oh, okay. You know what? There's only one last thing that we can do. Let's go ahead and toss this man overboard." And sure enough, as they do, the winds and the waves calm. And you'll see this here. This is the instant that they throw him over. You'll see Jonah is falling, and you'll see the sailors on the ship looking overboard to see how he's doing. And of course, the seaweed, which later Jonah describes being wrapped up in the belly of the big fish, is here on the T-shirt. And I absolutely wanted to get to illustrate the largest fish on earth, which is the whale shark. A lot of this is oftentimes a misunderstood part of the story of Jonah, but the whale is not correct. It's described as a big fish in the Bible. And so here he is. He's actually coming at the command of God and swallows Jonah whole. And Jonah is in the belly of the big fish, the whale shark, for 3 days and 3 nights. And then the whale shark spits him up on shore later on. And then there's a story at the end of Jonah that says, he describes exactly where he was in the belly. And he was, again, wrapped up in seaweed. He was thinking that his life was over, but one thing that he remembered is to trust in him. And that's where I got here. I trust in him. It's to describe when things are most dire, when you're in your most despair, to remember that if you trust in him, he will bring you out of the muck and bring you back on to shore, to solid ground to stand on. And that's what I wanted to describe to you today about my inspiration. These t-shirts are all unique and compelling art. Every time you look at it, you're going to see something different. And I hope that after describing this, you'll take a look at our website, www.lifeundergrace.com. If you go to the Designs tab, you'll see some of the commentary that I have there about how it describes a little bit more detail in what I was going after. One last thing that I wanted to describe about the Jonah story is the story of Jesus. Jesus describes in Matthew chapter 12, for so as Jonah was in the belly of the great fish for 3 days and 3 nights, so the Son of Man will be in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights. I don't know if you thought about this, but Jesus was crucified on a Friday, and he was resurrected on a Sunday. That's Good Friday and Easter Sunday, respectively. So how to draw the parallel of the 3 days and 3 nights? Well, I'll tell you, Matthew actually describes it in chapter 27, verse 45. It says, darkness came over all the land from the 6th to the 9th hour. And it says at the end of that time, Jesus gave up his spirit and died. And so the first night, then the Jews made incredible efforts to make sure he was taken down from the cross and buried in Joseph of Arimathea's tomb on that Friday afternoon before evening, the day. Then darkness came, of course, of the night on that Friday night, Saturday, early morning, the second night. Jesus was again still in the tomb on that Saturday morning. And then Saturday evening came, the third night. So 3 nights and 2 days. And then finally, Jesus was resurrected on that third day, early morning, and rose, and his coverings were neatly folded. And so I wanted to share with you both miracles of incredibility could only happen if you trust in him. Please visit us at our website at www.lifeundergrace.com and contact us if you have any questions or want to see another design or want to know when the next design is coming out. Thank you for your time.